In the last episode, in the hunt for Magda, we stalk her down to Alcarnus, now known as the gore-filled City of Blood, but not before the witch taunts that Leah is now in the possession of Belial's forces back at Caldeum.
Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah.
It's then we face and fell the foul foe known as Magda. Back at the outskirts of the BAZAAR near Caldeum, we then bring the grim news to the Archangel Tyrael.
Magda is dead. She claimed the Imperial Guard serves Belial and that it has captured Leah.
Then they must be holding the Emperor against his will. I tremble to think what Belial might do with Leah and her growing power. The only chance we have to rescue Leah is to wrest the Emperor from the grasp of the Imperial Guard.
Ashira of the Iron Wolves can get us to the Emperor. I will speak with her.
Grim tidings indeed. The Emperor is now hostage to those serpentine shape-shifting fiends. Belial truly has his claws in Caldeum. Not having spent too much time in Caldeum during our crusade and not really having a wish to do so with all of the debauchery and excess the city's known for, we ask Tyrael what he knows of the city, and he says,
Caldeum is the greatest city in the world, the seat of the Empire of Kyrgyzstan.
It's large, I'll give it that.
Its libraries overflow with undeciphered tomes of arcane knowledge. Its streets cover labyrinthine tunnels. It is a city of wonder and mystery.
We're taken aback momentarily that Tyrael, of all people or beings, especially the Archangel of Justice, proposed that Caldeum is the greatest city in the world when we've seen so much unjust happenings, especially to the refugees, and he says,
I do not know how these refugees persevere. Their situation is dire, and it seems there is little hope for them. Where do they find the strength to carry on?
They carry on because they must. The only way out of life is death.
I have much to learn.
Perhaps Tyrael's role of justice is an aspect in a meta sense of heaven and not so much towards humans, as he clearly doesn't understand our plight. We then ask, how do you know of the corruption of Belial?
I feel Belial in the very air. I see his shadow behind haunted eyes. Hear his voice whispering lies on the wind. He need not bring an army to this city. It is his already.
So the Lord of Lies has already claimed Caldeum. Well, it's in our best interest to trust no one. Wary with this new insight, we then head back to the BAZAAR and to search out Ashira and hopefully save the young Emperor from Belial's forces before it's too late. Back inside the crowded BAZAAR, it seems our reputation precedes us, as some refugees say.
Do you see that armor? No wonder he destroyed those cultists in Alcarnus so easily.
I can't believe anyone could have survived that out there, let alone defeat those monsters.
I know, but he did it.
Good news travels fast in these parts, and we've garnered some considerable reputation amongst the folks in the BAZAAR. However, all is not well for the displaced nobility as we overhear another conversation.
Damius, is that you? What happened?
Thieving peasants. They came while I was sleeping, pinned me down, and cut off my robes and jewelry.
I'm so sorry, my friend. Come, stay with me. I am sharing a tent with a fine and generous family.
Oh no, I'm staying where the guards are. You wait and see. That peasant family is going to slit your throat and rob your corpse.
Chaos seems to be sowed within the populace, and the guards are not lifting a finger. No wonder Ashira is trying to bring order to this city. Her efforts marred as her Iron Wolves have been ejected from the palace. It's then we see Ashira arguing with the guards by a crowd to the northwest.
Captain Ravan, the conditions out here are deplorable. Something must be done to aid these people.
Captain Ravan, however, and his guards stand steadfast as the rabble grows restless.
We will die out here if you don't let us in!
Seeing tensions rise, we move through the crowd and speak to Ashira, who says,
Ashira, the Emperor and my friend are in grave danger. I must gain entry into the palace.
I heard what you did at Qasim Outpost in Alcarnus. You have my thanks, and you shall have my help. Captain Ravan, This man has vital information regarding the massacre in the borderlands. We must see the Emperor at once.
Very well, but I don't think you'll find him receptive. Let them pass!
I will faint dead away if I stand in this heat a moment longer.
Before tensions boil over, we follow Ashira over the Great Bridge towards the palace. A sinking feeling creeps into our stomach as we realize if the Emperor was held hostage, why would the guards allow us to see him? Something is not right.
Let's go. I'll lead you to the palace.
Unfortunately, we find our answer.
You are bold to have sought this audience with me. My guards tell me you were responsible for the massacre of innocent villagers in Arcanis.
But you know that's not true, don't you?
If you are innocent, then why do you have spies skulking through my sewers? Bring her in!
Let me go!
I detest violence. Guards, I leave this matter in your hands.
With the ruse dropped, the diminutive Emperor leaves his writhing deceivers to execute us as traitors. Leah suffers another episode as her powers boil over, leaving us to contend with the serpents.
I knew you'd come for me.
Let us be quick.
As Leah leads Ashira out of the southwestern gate, we can't help but try and find a way up to the Emperor's platform and end this quickly. However, our only escape is to the southwest. There we find by the steps Ashira, who instructs.
Get out of here. I will cover your escape.
Thank you. Now we need to get to the sewers. I'll explain why when we get there.
Following Leah's lead, we head further southwest as more deceivers try and fell us, as well as their mage counterparts. It's then Leah tells us that she read about the Snake Men in one of her Uncle Deckard's books, and it read, "These serpentine demons are Belial's favored servants, and he has granted them some of his skill in cunning and illusion. Deceivers will cloak themselves in the familiar forms of their enemies, companions, and friends, waiting to strike when the moment is opportune. It is only then that their true forms are revealed." We're then guided by Leah to destroy the strange totems which are summoning the demons. Contending with the last of the demons on the platform, we head southeast down some stairs. It's then Leah informs.
There has to be a way into the sewers from here.
Desperate to quell our progress and our entry to the sewers, the deceivers hit hard and fast, cloaking when they're not near us and removing any advantage from using range attacks against them. And although despite sharing a serpentine resemblance to claw vipers from Diablo 2, they are unrelated in any way. Claw vipers are animal-like creatures with origins that may come from demonic magic. Deceivers are the demon servants of the lesser evil Belial, and likely served him in the burning hells before coming to Sanctuary.
This leads to the sewers.
Leah, finding a loose sewer grate, heads inside the sewers of Caldeum, and we have no choice but to follow.